We're going to be looking at entering classroom work samples in this instructional video. So what you want to do along the top here is click on Tools. You'll have under Data Entry two options for entering in classroom work samples. One of them will be for an individual student and one will be for a group of students. 99% of the time you're going to use this group work sample because it's easier and quicker. So you have to put some kind of a title in here. And then you want to put the date, not that it was entered, but the date that it was given, just so the student can see, the progress they made over time. If you're putting this in for a specific period, if you're a middle school or high school teacher, you can enter that class in there. And then you'll enter the level for the student. There'll be a list of all the different subjects in here. And then you have the different strands within that subject. So the class will be in alphabetical order here. And then they'll have the four different, for writing, there's 6 different areas. And if you're not sure what these are, as you can see, if I hover over this, it'll say ideas and content, organization, voice, word choice, and so on. One of the important things to know is that we have some security built into this if you were to walk away from your desk. So if you don't talk to our database within 10 minutes, it'll log you out. And when you're entering in work samples here, that's pretty passive and it's not interacting with our servers. So I'm going to show you how you can reset that clock if you need to. So the best way to do this is have all your work samples already scored and ready to enter into Mastery in Motion. And then for most classes of 30 students, you can easily get them in within 10 minutes. So you'll enter the score and then you can tab over. The areas that are in red are not required, but you still may have scored those, but they won't be part of the formula for determining if the student has met that standard. So you can just go through here and enter the scores for the students. And as you can see, you can get a lot done pretty quickly here. If for some reason this student was like on an IEP and it's been modified, you can click this, and no matter what you score in here, it'll come back as not meeting the standard because it was modified in some fashion that wouldn't meet the criteria for the Oregon Department of Education. And once you have all of the different scores you want done, you can click this next button. Now this next button does talk to our servers, so if some reason you do need more than 10 minutes to enter in the work samples, when you hit this button, it'll show you so it's giving me an error message here saying I started this student but I didn't finish it. So it'll look at all the different information you have in there to make sure it's okay. So it'll show me the students, the 4 students that are entered in work samples. It'll show me their performance levels and all the various information. So I want to make sure that I put it into the right strand, that I have the right date in there, and I have the right title before you save it. Now if for some reason you wanted to go back and continue to enter in work samples here for the rest of the students, the 10-minute clock starts over again. So we'll go to the next. And then if it looks good, you can just click the Save button here. And it'll save that data for you. And then you can go back and you can enter some more work samples from this point. So it's a pretty quick and easy way to enter in work samples.